Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. Please stay tuned as our broadcast will start soon. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe on our YouTube channel now. At Blind Community Thrift Store on YouTube, and more info about this radio reading service, Navalins, and the Blind Community Thrift Store at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. The Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service will begin shortly. We will be reading local news from around the Southwest Missouri area, Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. on YouTube, KSMU, and on the Audio Reader Network at Kansas University. For more information, please visit us at www.blindcommunity.
Yeah, I told my mom that we could, take an article and basically just do this. Yeah, all right, Madison, we have 2 seconds.
The time is 10.
Damn it, it's okay, it's okay.
When you be ready.
Hold on, it's okay. Is it
got-
back?
Yes, it's back.
All right,
Do you want to do the intro?
All right. Okay. Okay. Thank you for tuning in to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. My name is Madison, and I'm here with Savannah.
Hello.
We invite you to listen to our broadcast both live and on demand. Our live sessions are available on the Blind Community Thrift Store YouTube channel Monday to Friday between 10 a.m. and 12 p.m. each week. Additionally, you can access on-demand content through the Audio Reader Network, which offers a wide range of audio materials for the visually impaired community. To explore content from the Audio Reader Network, please visit www.reader.ku.edu. This site provides details about accessing content via Amazon Alexa, Audio Reader, Network mobile app, and information on receiving a radio to listen to the broadcast by KSMU Radio. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz on 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for more information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. Actually, can I start? Mm-hmm. First article of the day. Today, on February 5th, which is today, on this day, is National Chocolate Fondue Day. As I can see, there's a picture of a chocolate fountain and someone dipping a banana inside the chocolate fountain. That looks really good. The article goes on to say, fondue first applied to cheese and dates to the 19th century Switzerland, with its name coming from fondre, which means to melt in French. Fondre. Okay. The chocolate version celebrated today with the Chocolate Fondue Day originating in the 1960s at the
Suze Chalet in New York City.
Yes. In 1966, chef owner Conrad Connie?
Yep.
And what's that last one? E-G-L-I. Yeah, sorry about that. He wanted to find new dishes to promote the restaurant. He looked to the nearby Swiss National Tourist Office and learned they wanted to promote a chocolate bar called, I am so sorry.
It's okay.
Toblerone.
Toblerone?
That's the one with the bear in the logo, right?
Mm-hmm.
Which is made up of individually eaten triangular shaped pieces a la the Matterhorn mountain in the Alps. Mm-hmm. That's, yeah, and you can see a bear, a silhouette bear. Hang on. Ejne. Okay. He came up with the idea of melting the chocolate down to make a fondue that was sweet instead of savory. Chocolate fondue is made with semi-sweet or bittersweet chocolate, sugar, butter, vanilla, and vanilla extract. Sometimes Nutella or that's not liquor.
Yep, liquor.
Liquor?
Liqueur.
It's spelled differently.
Yep, liqueur is different than liquor.
Okay. Sometimes Nutella and liqueur are added. Fruits like bananas, strawberries, tangerines, oranges, cherries, or even raspberries may be dipped into the chocolate. So can pretzels, marshmallows, pieces of cookies and cake, and other foods. Fondue can be made at home, but some restaurants also serve it. And some of them even celebrate National Chocolate Fondue Day by giving out free chocolate fondue samples on the day. How you can observe National Chocolate Fondue Day? Have some chocolate fondue for dessert or make it the centerpiece of your meal. You could get yourself a fondue pot and make your own, perhaps even using a recipe with the Toblerone chocolate. You could also enjoy chocolate fondue by going to a local restaurant or a national chain like the Melting Pot, which has sometimes celebrated by giving out free fondue samples on the day as well. And that's it for that article.
All right. From the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield offers free CPR training, app showing where help is needed. This article is written by Janice Reeser. The Springfield Fire Department is offering free hands-only CPR training on 4 Saturdays in February, aiming to equip more people with life-saving skills during American Heart Month, according to a community announcement. The sessions, led by the Springfield Fire Department, Cox Health EMS, and Mercy EMS, will be held at various locations across the city. Each Saturday will feature 2 one-hour sessions from 1 to 2 p.m. and 2:30 to 3:30 p.m. Early intervention crucial in cardiac arrest. The importance of bystander CPR was highlighted by the story of Gretchen Silliburn, a Springfield resident who survived a cardiac arrest during a race in 2014.
I actually did hear about that one time.
According to the announcement, Clyburn, I apologize for the previous mispronunciation, had no history of heart disease when she collapsed during a half marathon. 2 fellow runners immediately began performing CPR and called 911, actions that were crucial to her survival. I was extremely fortunate that day because of the people who were there with me who performed CPR and kept me going until EMS got there. Clyburn had said in the announcement, her story underscores the significance of swift intervention during cardiac emergencies. Early application of bystander CPR and rapid defibrillation with an automated external defibrillator, AED, have proven to be crucial in improving a person's chance of surviving sudden cardiac arrest. Pulse Point app enhances emergency response. The announcement also encourages those trained in hands-only CPR to download the free Pulse Point Respond app. The app, connected to 911, notifies users of nearby cardiac arrest, enabling them to administer aid promptly. It also alerts users to the closest available AED. PulsePoint is a powerful tool to increase survival rates of cardiac arrest in her community, Fire Chief David Pennington said in the announcement. In addition to the life-saving CPR notifications, the application provides a complete virtual window into the Emergency Communication Center. The app is not limited to emergency responders or those official CPR certification. Anyone trained in CPR can use it. For professional responders, Pennington said that PulsePoint can improve situational awareness, increase incident and resource visibility, and enhance overall interoperability with neighboring jurisdictions. Training schedule and registration. The free CPR training sessions will be held at the following locations. February 7th, Springfield Botanical Center, 2400 South Scenic Avenue, Springfield. February 14th, Oak Grove Community Center, 1538 East Oak Grove Avenue, Springfield. February 21st, Library Center Auditorium, 4653 South Campbell Avenue, Springfield. And February 28th, Springfield Library Frisco Room, 2535 North Kansas Expressway, Springfield. Registration is encouraged but not required. Those interested can reserve a spot at springfieldmo.gov/CPR. And that is the end of that article.
Actually, can you read the next one?
All right. From the Springfield News-Leader, Missouri woman legislators seek applicants from 2026 scholarship.
I'll read the next two, by the way.
Just read the next one.
Yeah, I will. Carry
This
on.
is also written by Janice Reeser. The Women Legislators of Missouri Caucus is accepting applications for its annual school scholarship program for female high school seniors. The program awards $1,000 scholarships to help offset the cost of college or post-secondary education, according to a community announcement. Female seniors who are interested in applying must be a Missouri high school senior, a U.S. citizen, and set to graduate from a public, private, or home school in 2026. Applicants are required to submit a 500-word essay and a biography highlighting academic, leadership, or community service experiences. Applications are open through March 23rd. The application link is available online at My Scholarship Central. Bipartisan Caucus offers scholarships. The caucus is a bipartisan group of women serving in the Missouri House and Senate. Members partner to raise money for the scholarships and honor the recipients at a recognition ceremony at the state capitol. As female elected leaders, it's our goal to help young women pursue their career goals and expand their leadership skills, Senator Maggie Nurenbergen said in the announcement. The program is an opportunity for young women to earn a scholarship and meet women leaders and legislators from across the state at the annual award ceremony, she added in the announcement. Representative Sherry Gallick said that the program also helps bring attention to enterprising and community-involved young women across the state and connect them to legislative leaders from their district and beyond. It's our hope these awards can be springboards to the next step in their future careers, Gallick said in the announcement. All right, that's the end of that article.
To keep it even, I'm going to read.
Just read this one.
All right. I was going to read 2 articles, but okay.
Good.
Um,
No problem.
February 5th, what also happened on this day of history, this is from the article Time and Date. It's a news article. And these are some days in histories that happened on February 5th. First up, in 1924, the Greenwich time signal was broadcasted for the first time. The BBC pips are 5 short and 1 long tones that are broadcast by many BBC radio stations to mark the precise start of the hour. In 1919, Amelia Earhart didn't just graduate high school, but the United Artists were also founded too. Charlie Chaplin was one of the film studio's founders. In 1909, the world's first synthetic plastic is developed. Belgian chemist Leo Baekeland announced his invention of the bakelite at a meeting of the American Chemical Society that day. In 1869, the biggest gold nugget in history was found. It's titled The Welcome Stranger, and it was found at
Molagul in Australia.
Yes, it was found in Australia and had a calculated refined weight of 71.081 kg. And on in 1852, the Hermitage Museum in St. Petersburg opened up to the public. It is one of the world's largest and oldest museums and was originally found in 1764. That's it for that article.
All right. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, Waffle House considers 2 possible Ozark locations. Waffle House is considering a possible future location in the Ozark Marketplace development, where McDonald's, Casey's, and Plaza Tire Service have closed on lots. This article is written by Zoe McIntyre. It starts with a photo of the Waffle House logo, provided by Ellie Freistack. Waffle House now appears on the City of Ozarks project tracker with plans pending review at 2 locations, 1201 State Highway NN and 1903 West Waverly Street in the Ozark Marketplace development. Community Development Director Randall Whitman told the Daily Citizen in an email that both potential locations are under review, but there isn't a permit or plan approval issued that commits the applicant or city to anything conclusively at this time. The city is reviewing plans that would include adjustment to the Ozark Marketplace development to accommodate.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's okay. To accommodate a Waffle House, Whitman stated. And Aldi was the first business to open in the Community Improvement District in late 2025. McDonald's and Casey's have also closed on Marketplace lots and are nearly permit ready, according to Whitman. Plaza Tire Service is developing a new location adjacent to the Aldi. A crew of people were at work on a new building when a Daily Citizen reporter visited the site on Tuesday. Dutch Bros was also a part of discussions with the Ozark Marketplace developer in 2025, although the coffee chain is not listed on the city's project tracker. Whitman said Wednesday he could not confirm at this time that Dutch Bros is coming to Ozark. The article ends with a photo of the development lot provided by Zoe McIntyre. All right. Would you like to read the next article? How about we read an article?
This is from a new article that I haven't seen yet. It's OGN Daily.
Only Good News Daily.
Right. And other stuff to make you smile. All right. I don't see who posted this.
It's okay, so we'll just start up here.
But the article goes to say, Upbeat News Thursday. Today's global collection of positive stories to help put a spring in your step. First article, UK to USA. A Tudor manor house in England with links to the first president of the United States is helping to mark the 250th anniversary of the American Declaration of Independence. The American Declaration of Independence. Mm-hmm. They're celebrating its 250th anniversary. Okay. George Washington's great-grandfather left the Sulgrave Manor called
Northamptonshire.
Okay. The family's I am sorry.
It's okay.
What's that word say?
Ancestral.
Family's ancestral home to settle in the colony of Virginia in the 1600s. Soil from the grounds of Sulgrave Manor has now been placed in a time capsule that will be installed beneath one of America's most iconic landmarks, and it will be buried this spring in the plaza beneath the Washington Monument in the U.S. Capitol, the world's tallest stone structure. So, in one sense, Washington will stand on British soil for the first time. Next article is Divine Right. And this is credit to...
The picture?
The picture is credited to...
Georgia Maloney.
You can find her on Instagram. An angel in a church in central Rome has been restored to look like Italian Prime Minister
Georgia Maloney.
Oh, I thought she was on Instagram.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. Let's just keep going.
A national newspaper has reported the allegation has promoted a culture ministry investigation. Miss Maloney, meanwhile, is laughing off the affair, even posting a picture of the look-alike cherub on Instagram with the caption, "No, I definitely don't look like an angel," with a laughing emoji. Oh, so it is her. I thought I was talking about a statue this whole time.
It is. It's talking about a statue that looks like her.
But this girl on Instagram looks like it. Sorry.
It's okay. It says the Italian Prime Minister. Someone is saying that she looks like the statue.
Yes.
All right, ready to keep going?
All right.
It's right here.
A little confused by that. Sorry, guys.
Okay.
The article then finishes by saying the Culture Ministry said that it had instructed Rome's chief art heritage official to conduct an immediate inspection of the restored painting ahead of determining further steps. Then there's famous female artists, credited by Robert Simone Fine Art. A long-lost painting by
Sofani Shiba Angasula.
Okay, one of the few famous women artists of the Renaissance, has resurfaced in New York City at an art fair held at the Park Avenue Armory. It is the first time her portrait of not canon.
It's okay.
Canyon.
Yes. Portrait of a canon regular.
Yes, canon, because canyon is with a Y.
It's okay.
Okay. Portrait of a canon regular painted in 1552 has been shown to the public. I am sorry.
It's okay.
These names
It's okay. Anna Gasola.
worked with deeper study and greater grace than any woman of our times at problems of design, wrote the 16th century Renaissance artist and biographer.
Giorgi Vasari.
It then goes on to say, for not only has she learned to draw, paint, and copy from nature and reproduce most skillfully works by other artists, but she has on her own painted some most rare and beautiful paintings. The painting was presented with a price tag of $4,000, $50,000. And according to the gallery, the canvas is one of fewer than 20 signed paintings by
Anglosola.
that survive today. Next article is uniquely venomous. It's a picture of a little,
We're gonna read about it.
little creature, credited to the Bronx Zoo from WCS. The Bronx Zoo in New York has welcomed one of the most adorable animals you could imagine in the world, a pygmy slow loris.
Nyctibus pygmaeus.
So it's like a little pygmy marmoset.
It's of the pygmy family.
Oh, he looks so adorable. The good news is
This is good news.
this is good news for the survival of these tiny creatures, which grow to around 7 to 9 inches and weigh around 1 pound when they reach adulthood and live for 10 to 20 years. The pygmy slow loris is native to Southeast Asia and is listed as endangered. And apart from looking cute and cuddly, comes with one unique and surprising feature. They are the only known venomous primate and can provide a toxic secretion from their
brachial gland
that becomes venomous when mixed with saliva. In addition to being venomous, it's also nocturnal. The next article,
mini nuclear.
are you sure you want me to read this?
Yes, Madison, it's all good news, remember?
Okay. Mini nuclear. The United Kingdom government has confirmed the launch of an advanced nuclear pipeline that would help get privately funded power plants, such as smaller
modular reactors,
off the ground, reports the Daily Telegraph. Okay. It quotes Nuclear Minister Lord Vallis saying, advanced nuclear technology could
revolutionize
how we power industry and propel the AI data century boom, delivering more clean energy and jobs. Oh, I take it back. That is good news.
Mm-hmm. We're very close. We're just going to read this last part.
All right. Last part, not much of a surprise. That's literally what the title says. Not much of a surprise. It's credited by Macy Sorrell.
Yep.
Last weekend, a Kentucky farming family welcomed a new calf in a frigid world of single-digit temperatures and quickly realized it wasn't going to last the night. So being a mother as well as a farmer, Macy Sorrell decided to bring the calf into their home where she was certain it would be okay. Falling asleep on the couch next to one of her children, Sorrell snapped a photo and said, "When we brought her in, she had ice on her. The afterbirth was still on her. I had to wipe all that off. I took out the blow dryer and warmed her up and got her all fluffed out." It was somehow not much of a surprise that their 3-year-old son, Gregory, who went to cuddle with the calf, who had been placed on the couch as if they were just the most normal thing. That is so adorable. And that's it for that article.
All right. From the Springfield Daily Citizen, former Missouri State running back Jacardi Wright enjoying a surreal Super Bowl LX experience with Seattle Seahawks. Turf toe injury kept Wright sidelined after making 53-man roster. This article is by Ryan Collingwood. The article starts with a photo of Jacardi Wright leaping over a teammate and Montana defender who had just completed a tackle during the first half of the game on August 31st, 2024.
Looks like he's about to do a final move.
Jacardi Wright won't register a snap in Super Bowl LX. The Seattle Seahawks rookie running back won't be suited up on Sundays at Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara, California for the 5:30 p.m. kickoff against the New England Patriots either. But Wright, a former Missouri State standout who was taken by Seattle as an undrafted free agent before working his way into the franchise 53-man roster after an impressive preseason, will be on the sideline for football's most heralded event. He'll even get a ring if the Seahawks, a 4.5 point betting favorite as of Wednesday, defeat the 6-time Super Bowl champions Patriots. It's been surreal, I'm not going to lie, Wright told the Boomtown podcast based in his hometown of Decatur, Illinois. I can't even put the words together to describe how I feel right now, how I get to be with this team as they get to go to the Super Bowl. If not for a serious turf toe injury in September, Wright may have contributed in the Seahawks' thrilling postseason. When Seattle handled the New Orleans Saints 44-13 in Week 3 of the regular season, Wright had 5 carries for 20 yards. Zach Charbonnet, part of Seattle's dynamic 1-2 running game punch with Kenneth Walker III, missed time with a foot injury earlier in the season, elevating Wright from the practice squad. Wright told Boomtown that a Saints defender fell on his foot, bending back his toes.
Ooh.
He's been on Seattle's practice squad injured reserve list ever since. He's been conditioning and rehabbing with the team, but not practicing.
Oh, okay.
It's been helping me tremendously, Wright said. I feel way more explosive and my running mechanics are better. I've been getting 1% better every day. Throughout the regular and postseason, Seahawk fans in the social media sphere, unaware of Wright's exact status on the IR, were calling for his services, especially when Charbonnet went down again with the season-ending knee injury in the divisional round against the San Francisco 49ers. Some referenced Wright's memorable 61-yard run against the Packers in the preseason, longer than any of his runs during his 3 productive seasons at MSU that totaled 3,075 total yards and 33 touchdowns after transferring from Kansas State. The article has a link to a tweet from the NSL that shows this 61-yard run down the sideline. It is a video. Others harken back to his athletic and agile 20-yard run against the Kansas City Chiefs, where he appeared to be stopped at the line of scrimmage before willing his way forward down the sideline. There is another tweet from the NFL with a video of this exact moment, with the caption, "Jacardi Wright somehow stays up for a run down the sideline." The Seahawks opted to keep Wright over 2025 7th-round draft pick Damian Martinez, a running back from Miami. Making a quick impression was key for Wright, who said he plans to still train in the offseason in Springfield. "They got to see what kind of athlete I was and how much I love football, so I'm gained some respect in the locker room," said Wright, whose combination of speed, size, 6 foot even, 220 pounds, and ability to catch out of the backfield helped get his foot in the NFL's door. Wright, who was running behind 2 of his former Missouri Valley Conference rivals and North Dakota State alums, Gray Zabel, offensive guard, and Jalen Sundell, center, also made a game prediction. "I don't want to jinx my team or anything, but I feel like we should definitely have this one in the bag," Wright said, "if we just play through our core values and do what we do." Former MSU assistant on Seahawks staff, Wright. Wright isn't the only Seahawk with Missouri State ties. Seattle Seahawks tight end coach Mac Brown was a quarterbacks coach and co-offensive coordinator in MSU during the Dave Steckel era, 2015 to 2019. Brown, an Overland Park, Kansas native and former Baker University standout, was hired by the Seahawks in 2024 after a stint as an offensive assistant with the New York Jets. That is the end of this article.
Speaking of jets, two lefts don't make a right, but two rights did make an airplane.
That's true.
Next article is from Springfield News-Leader. It's about dining, as it says, Springfield restaurant owners, once refugees, now serve family recipes. And it's by Marta Mayes. Before I read the article, there are some key points. Lee and David Liu.
So those are just it's the summary of the article. We're just going to want to keep reading the article.
Are refugees from Vietnam.
Yeah. You'll just reread those sentences in here, is what I was saying.
Sorry about that, guys. All right. Growing up in Vietnam, owning a business in the U.S. was a far-fetched daydream for Lee and David Liu. But on March 29th, the couple will celebrate 35 years of owning Springfield's Cashew Station drive-thru. Try saying that 3 times fast. The local Chinese food spot at 620 East Battlefield Road serves Springfield's classic cashew chicken, as it's known for its crab rangoon. Rangoon?
Yeah, rangoon.
The restaurant has grown and evolved through the past 35 years, but had a humble beginning. The article goes on to say owners left Vietnam, found a new home in Springfield. Lee and David Liu, both of the Southern Chinese descent, grew up in Vietnam and escaped the country after the Vietnam War ended, with North Vietnamese forces quickly taking over and forming the Socialist Republic of Vietnam. Lee Liu left Vietnam in 1981 alongside her parents and sister at the age of 14, traveling by boat for 3 days and 2 nights, and landing first at a refugee camp in Thailand, and then one in the Philippines. Her time living in camps was relatively short, as the family was able to come to the U.S. just a few months later in 1982. There's a picture of Lee and David Liu next to the cashew station. This picture was taken once again by Martina Mayes. The path to the States was much harsher for David Liu, whose birth name is Hung Liu. After 3 failed attempts, he and his family finally escaped Vietnam on a small fishing boat that held fewer than 50 people. Due to harsh waters, many people did not survive the journey. But David Liu and his family were rescued by an American oil rig and eventually made it to a refugee camp in Thailand. His family also spent far longer at refugee camps, awaiting immigration sponsorship, remaining in camps for 2 years before coming back to Springfield in 1984 from Indonesia. The couple recalled that at the time, only a few Vietnamese families lived in the Queen City. Lee Liu said it meant her family had to lean heavily on organizations to help to learn English, go shopping, and connect with the community. According to the News-Leader's archives, the Springfield Area Council of Churches, now known as the Crosslines Community Outreach, and the Catholic Diocese of Springfield Cape Verde helped resettle refugees. An article published in the Springfield Leader and Press in May 1984 noted by the 2 organizations had settled more than 1,800 families in the area by then. David Liu had an eye on Lee Liu before he had even made it to Springfield. Receiving a photo at the refugee camp, from the wedding where his brother married Lee's sister. David Liu joked with his friends that maybe he needed to make it to America to catch her. The two eventually met in 1988 when David Liu was working as a cook at a Chinese chef at a restaurant on Glenstone Avenue owned by his family. Lee Liu had graduated from Missouri State University with a degree in accounting. This photo was once again taken by Martia Maez, and it's a picture of Lee Liu, the co-owner of Cashew Drive-Thru, as showing a bowl that she was received at a refugee camp in Thailand of 1982 after escaping Vietnam on Wednesday of February 4th of this year. Couple took a leap of faith with the drive-thru business. When the two got married in December of 1990, Lee Liu's expectation of becoming a stay-at-home mom was soon dispelled. The building that Chinese chef occupied was being sold, and the restaurant had 90 days to find a new home. Lee Liu was teary-eyed while reflecting on the decision to move the business and for the couple to run their own. She said they could have each gotten their own separate jobs and made it work, but that would have been meant seeing each other less often. Lee Liu said it touched on her own experience growing up with a hard-working father whom she rarely saw except for the holidays. Opening their own place up meant they'd at least had a common working space where they would be together, and their future kids would have a place to see them. It also meant the recipes David Liu's family had developed wouldn't be lost. Back then, most restaurant experiences were so dine-in, so when the Lius found the quaint spot on Battlefield that was set up solely for a drive-thru, they were warned about the risks. And there's a picture of David and Lee Liu running the Cashew drive-thru, the Cashew Station drive-thru. They have been running the Cashew Station drive-thru since March 29th of 1991. Both have escaped from Vietnam in the 1980s as refugees and resettled in Springfield. I probably didn't say it, but I'm going to say it again. Marta Mayes was the person who took this photo too. Lee Liu said, "I have a very strong faith that I can do it. But then we had overheard arguments that it's very risky because there are no tables, nobody will come. Because of the hope, we go ahead and do it no matter what." When Cashew Station opened on March 29th of 1991, it was the first drive-thru and carry-out only Chinese restaurant in Springfield. The two were eager to make it work. They brought over equipment from Chinese chef, buying only a new store that still serves to this buying a new stove that still serves to this day. Lee Liu said that as newlyweds, there wasn't much money to spare. The round sign affixed to the front of the building was previously filled in with a burger, advertising the Burger Max that previously occupied the space, according to a News-Leader archives. The couple got creative and filled in the circle with their own logo, David's portrait. At the start, the drive-thru was run solely by the Lius, with David cooking and Lee as the cashier. They spent 24 hours together every day as the restaurant was open for 7 days a week. Or was open 7 days a week, not 4. It was open 7 days a week. The beginning was hard, not leaving much time for the newlyweds to form a relationship. Lee Liu described simply working like a machine to ensure the restaurant's success. The experience allowed the two to learn more about each other and become more patient, they said. As the couple had their kids, John and Lisa, hardships continued, while Lee Lou's parents helped raise the children as their health deteriorated. There was more for her to take care of on her own. She said, I started taking care of her, Lee Lou's mom. Take care of business, take care of myself. It's tough. You know, running a business when you have so many things going on, sometimes I just want to surrender. And then every time the delivery truck comes, I'm very scared because I have a lot of things to put up. But one night, as her family gathered at the restaurant, seeing her daughter Lisa trying to help carry boxes of ingredients as just a small toddler barely able to walk gave her the strength to continue, Lee Lou said. And there's a picture of Lisa Lou on the left with her daughter and her parents, David Lou and Lee, standing in front of the cashew station. This photo was once again taken by Martia Myers. Lou's sees customers as friends. Now, 35 years later, the restaurant employs a handful of people and is open 5 days a week. Erasing, but I meant to say easing stress on the family. With more than 3 decades in Springfield's business scene, the drive-thru and the Lou's have become a community staple. Lee Lou said, we're not only serving a customer, but we're also serving a friend, a close friend. We are small, but we feel like very close family, like the customer and the family. Customers also asked about Lisa and John and worry when the restaurant is not open as normal. Cashew Station has also become a way to preserve dishes from Korea House, a restaurant run by David Lou's brother, who married Lee Lou's sister. Lisa Lou Smith said she looks up to her parents for the hard work they have put into their business. While John Lou once had been against ever working in a restaurant, the family said he now works as an assistant executive banquet chef at the
Vietnam
resort in Las Vegas. The Lou's are not exactly sure yet what the future holds for Cashew Station. David Lou wants to keep working, and Lee Lou is happy to support that goal. The family jokes that perhaps the restaurant will eventually land in the hands of the Lou grandchildren. For now, the family will continue to serve up their special recipe of cashew sauce for cashew chicken dishes and their signature crab rangoon.
All right. From the Springfield Business Journal, proposed taxing district aimed at beautification, safety for North Glenstone, entrance to city. This article is written by Karen Crago. A group of North Glenstone Avenue business owners have proposed a special taxing district to pay for beautification and security at a key entrance point to the city of Springfield. City Council heard a proposal for the North Glenstone Community Improvement District at its February 2nd meeting, with a vote set for February 9th. The meeting was originally scheduled for January 26th, but was postponed because of the inclement weather. The CID, as proposed, would have the power to impose a sale and use tax at a rate of 1% on all retail sales made in the district for which state law allows taxation. The additional CID sales tax would bring the taxation rate in the district to 9.1%. Amanda Olenson-Hillen, Springfield Director of Economic Vitality and Workforce Development, told Council the district is generally located along North Glenstone Avenue between Interstate 44 and East Turner Street, the intersection located a block south of Kearney Street. The proposed district comprises 48 parcels with 33 property owners on 172 acres of land. Olenson-Hillen said in the staff report on the measure. The properties comprise a mix of commercial uses, including retail, restaurants, and hotels, she said. Aholen Saholen said the proposal is for a political subdivision with a 5-member board, 4 of whom can be real property or business owners in the district, and the other a Springfield registered voter who does not have a financial interest or involvement in any business in the district. The lifespan of the district is proposed for 27 years. Some of the projects that would be supported would be beautification projects, like landscaping, general cleaning, and landscaping services, as well as right-of-way improvements, security services such as security personnel, equipment, or facilities, and professional service fees to facilitate any of these projects or security services, she said. Aholen Saholen said more than 50% of district property owners measured both per capita and by assessed valuation signed the petition to form the district, and the petition was determined to be valid by the city clerk's office. Hotel Hub. North Glenstone Avenue is the site of multiple hotels serving Springfield, and hospitality industry leaders are represented among the petitioners. Notably, for 13 of the parcels, petitions were signed by hotelier Gordon Elliott, while petitions for 6 parcels were signed by Darren Harrelson, listed on a document as Chief Operating Officer of O'Reilly Hospitality, LLC. The proposed directors for the district are owner representatives Harrelson, Bill Hobbs, Director of Hotel Operations of Elliott Properties, Ltd., and Missy Handyside, General Manager of Oasis Hotel and Convention Center, tapped for 4-year terms. Gary Leonard retired from Steak and Shake franchise ownership, according to past Springfield Business Journal reporting, for a 2-year term, and Cameron Kasad, attorney and city representative, for a 2-year term. A 5-year budget for the district was submitted with the council bill and shows projected sales tax revenue at $1.8 million to $2 million per year. Year 1 revenue of $1.8 million would fund $1.6 million for security, $153,000 for beautification, and $50,000 each for professional costs and other services and improvements. Business owners signing on were Value Properties of Springfield LLC with 8 parcels, O'Reilly Hospitality LLC and Campus Incorporated with 3 parcels each, EAS Investment Enterprise Inc. and Quality Lodging Prop SPFD LLC with 2 parcels each, and Coach House Properties LLC, Hog House LLC, Sea Storeland LLC, Green Stay Properties LLC, Anude Real Estate LLC, Diversity Commercial Investment LLC, R&R Investments LLC, Great Southern Bank Wolverine Land Holdings LLC, TM Leadership Fund LLC, Glen Carney Development LLC, and UB Properties LLC, all with 1 parcel each. Among with other businesses located in the proposed district are Kearney Street Aldi and Walmart stores. An election to approve the district would be conducted among property owners in the district, Aholen Saholen said. Aholen Saholen said this would be the 22nd CID in the city, and she acknowledged that security expenses are infrequently included in CID revenue purposes, though that use is also present in the downtown Springfield CID. Supporters comment. Representing property owners in the public hearing from the CID was Corey Collins, a partner in law firm Hush Blackwell LLP. Collins said the landowners are seeking to use the CID to accomplish some goals in the area. I've worked in a lot of CIDs, and I think out of the 22 in town, there will be a lot of them that are designed more around reimbursement to someone for expenses or infrastructure of other things, he said. This is completely and wholly, for lack of a better term, altruistic approach to it, because all the money is going to be used to improve the existing district. While many CIDs exist to pay for infrastructure improvements, this one looks to improve an entry point to the city, according to Collins. Goals are security and beautification to generally create a more safe atmosphere in the area, cleaning up, hopefully to transition into creating a very nice area, he said. He added that the district is the first impression for many people arriving from Interstate 44. Folks that come to town, one of the first places they see is North Glenstone, and we would like to make it look even better than it does today, he said. He added that all of the money would be paid by those using goods and services in the district and poured back into improvement in the district. We view this as a general win-win, he said. Mark Haquette, President and CEO of Tourism Bureau Visit Springfield, Missouri, spoke in favor of the initiative. As we all know, Glenstone Avenue is a gateway into our city, he said. Haquette noted that on a daily basis, some 12,000 vehicles travel the route, accounting to 4.3 million visitors per year on the roadway. It is clearly one of Springfield's front doors and a gateway from I-44 into our city, he said. He added that the corridor features 28 hotels, and 18 of those are clustered in the North Glenstone I-44 gateway. This includes 2 key conventions and meeting hotels, the Doubletree and the Oasis. Despite the strong lodging and entertainment offerings, the corridor suffers from aging landscape, inconsistent lighting, and visible homelessness, creating a perception gap that impacts visitor confidence and hotel performance, he said. Haquette added that the CID's investment will ensure that the gateway will embody safety, vibrancy, and community pride. The initiative will transform the corridor into a welcoming first impression for every visitor, supporting hotels, attractions, and businesses while strengthening the sense of pride across our community, he said. The public hearing will continue in the February 9th meeting due to an error in notifications to property owners by city staff. A Holen said notifications were not sent by certified mail because of a clerical error. Whew. That is the end of that article.
Did I just doze off for a bit? I
don't know, but we should probably get to this next article.
Sorry if I did, though. It's just you were talking for so long and I was all...
It's okay. Let's keep focused.
Moving on. Next article is from Springfield Daily Citizen. It says, "so much nicer," in quotes. And it goes on to say, users of Republic Library enjoy features of a new building. And this article is by Joe Hadsall. Hadsall. There's a picture of Kevin and Melanie
Johnson
of Cleaver browse. Their browsing sections available in the newly built Republic Library, the Republic Branch Library, and this photo was also taken by Joe Hadsall. Mark and Laurie Ruckman have been coming to the Republic Branch Library for years. They have used branches in strip malls and other sorts of buildings. How ironic. Yes. On Tuesday, they were excited to tour a building designed as a library from the start. Mark Ruckman said, "It's gratifying to know that the library is willing to make this kind of investment in Republic." After almost 2 years of planning and construction, including months of puzzlement over where it would be located, the Springfield Greene County Library District on Monday opened its new Republic Branch Library to the public at 921 North Lindsay Avenue. There's a picture of sisters Kasia Wright on the left and Jalen Clevenger. And they're surrounded by their children, checking out the materials in the children's department of the Republic Branch Library. And this photo was once again taken by Joe Hadsall. Like, those babies are like, what? It marks the first time the city has had a public library in a building built for that purpose, said branch manager Tisha Shea. Or is it Taisha Shea. While a library has existed in Republic since the 30s, the library district opened its first Republic branch in 1961. But every other version was converted existing space into a library. Shea said, "We didn't have to conform to any existing structures or work around anything. We got to envision what we wanted and what the community wanted and how we wanted it to function and marry all those things together." The $11.1 million library was built on the same property as the previous one It was funded through a combination of federal COVID recovery grants through the American Rescue Plan Act, donations from the community, and libraries' reserve funds. I guess also helped too. There's a picture of Ashton Shannon of Republic browsing selections at the Republic Branch Library, photo by Joe Houdsell. A book chain in December drew about 200 participants to the old library for its closure in anticipation of the move. The new building, designed by Paragon Architecture and built by Nabholz Construction, highlights natural design elements and modern technology. Savannah will read off the article as I'm.
Its features include
occupied.
about 22,000 square feet of space, doubling the size of the old library, a 150-seat community room sponsored by Friends of the Library, spaces for children's and teens libraries that have clear divisions from the rest of the stacks, a Business Connect Center which offers computers and conference rooms, the district's second makerspace, which gives patrons access to a 3D printer and other tech for creating things. Crystal Smith, reference manager for Midtown Carnegie Branch Library, helped Republic get to a makerspace space tools running. A walking path that will be equipped with permanent story walk signs, while temporary story walls have been installed at other libraries. Republic features permanent signs where pages from fresh stories can be read while walking along the path.
Thank you, Savannah. The article then goes on to say, it continues, as Executive Director Ed Walton said in a press release, "We are excited to open this new facility to the growing Republic community. We believe it will be an outstanding, enriching space that will benefit all ages. We expect a great turnout as we officially cut the ribbon on June 1st to kick off the summer reading program." There's a picture of Crystal Smith, a reference manager for Midtown Carnegie Branch Library, inspecting an item Tuesday. Made on a 3D printer at Republic Branch Library. Photo taken by Joe Houdsell. Not all the features are up and running, Shay said. Shay? As an example, the auditorium won't be available for use until the new parking lots are completed. The old building has been demolished and removed, though. But the main stacks and apartments are open for public use. Shay said that it was gratifying to see a crowd visit the new library on its first day, Monday. Technically, Sunday's the first day, but
The library's first day.
oh, I was thinking first day of the week.
It's okay. We'll just read the article as it presents itself.
Yes. Shay also went on to say, "We were extremely busy, just like we thought we would be. All of our families and kiddos who we have been missing, and a lot of our regulars came in yesterday. The after-school crowd was just as busy, and we had enough space for them, too." Kevin and Melanie
Johnson
of Cleaver stopped by Tuesday to see the new stacks, and they walked out with a number of titles related to crafting and decoration. There's a little picture of an orange claymation of
it's a 3D printed.
a 3D printed frog named Fred, and it apparently was one of the items that can be printed quickly on one of the 3D printers in the Republic Branch Library's makerspace. Fred the Frog. This photo was taken by Joe Houdsell. It was a tiny picture, like onto the side. The car holders said they were impressed with the quality of the building. Regular users of the older building said they remember issues that altered how patrons could use it. The other one had leaks, and they had a lot of fans going when you'd come in. Melina Johnson said, "The carpet would be wet. This looks so much nicer." Sisters Kashia Wright of Republic and Jalen Clevenger of Crane visited Tuesday with their children in tow. Tow? What is it, like clothing?
It means that they took them with them.
Okay. They usually don't make library trips together. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. My sister wanted to show off the new library off, and I'm glad we came, said Clevenger, who makes regular visits to libraries in Crane and Galena. Went on to say, "This one is much bigger and larger and has more to see and do." There's a picture of Sonny
Sonny Clevenger.
of Crane playing with toys at Republic Branch Library. This photo was taken by Joe Hudsell. Occupied. Wright said she appreciated how the library section for children was contained. That wasn't the case in the previous building. "The private kid space is really nice," Wright said. "Having toddlers, I can let them run around, play, and be free in a bright space." The Republic Library is the third of 3 projects that were funded with federal COVID recovery grants. The library also renovated the Midtown Carnegie Branch Library and the Hatch Auditorium at the Library Center. The article finishes off with a picture of Patrick Anderson signing up for a library card Tuesday at the Republic Branch Library. And you guessed it, this photo was taken by Joe Hudsell.
Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. We are currently broadcasting live from the Blind Community Thrift Store situated at 2713 North Kansas Expressway in Springfield, Missouri. For additional information about our store, please visit our official website at www.blindcommunitythriftstore.com. To explore more of our video content, including movie reviews with Matt and Meredith, adaptive technology training videos, and other informative material, please visit our YouTube channel by searching for Blind Community Thrift Store. Our organization is dedicated to supporting the blind community through various initiatives, and our online platform serves as valuable resources for community engagement and education. Do you want me to read the next article?
You do.
From the Springfield Daily Citizen, how Drury swiftly became an ACHA Division I hockey power. Strong resources and a Canadian recruiting pipeline have made Panthers a national contender in 4 years of existence. This article is written by Ryan Collingwood. The article starts with a photo of Drury forward Joe Davidson as he leads a line drill during an afternoon practice. There are 3 people standing behind him as they are on the ice performing said line drill. This photo is provided by Ellie Freistack. There are 158 programs across the NCAA men's hockey spectrum, a high concentration of the Division I, II, and III members based in the north central, northeastern United States. That's fewer than 1/6 of the NCAA's roughly 1,100 men's basketball teams dotting every state, indicative of much of the country's preference. The closest long-standing NCAA's affiliated hockey program to Springfield, Missouri, Omaha Neb University, a 355-mile trek. This doesn't stop the Queen City from cultivating a somewhat burgeoning college hockey culture thanks to the American College Hockey Association, ACHA, a highly competitive based alternative which has long featured Missouri State University among its more than 300 members across 3 divisions. There's another photo of Drury's hockey team doing sprints down the ice during a drill on Tuesday, January 27, 2026, at Brightspeed Ice Park in Springfield. 9 hockey players are doing these sprints across the ice. In a top 28 In a top 25 ACHA Division I poll that includes such familiar brands as the University of Arizona, UNLV, the University of Kentucky, and the University of Utah, MSU checked in at number 21 this week. And it's not even the best ACHA team in town. A mile north of the MSU campus sits number 5 Drury University, a season removed from a national quarterfinal appearance. In just its 4th year as a program and 2nd year in ACHA Division I, Drury, primarily NCAA Division II in the private school's other athletic pursuits, has quickly asserted itself on the ice. See the Panthers' consecutive 3-2 wins over Missouri State at a packed and raucous Brightspeed Ice Park in December, an environment that sufficiently conveyed a clash between neighboring nationally ranked programs. Here's the thing about Missouri State. They've been around for 20 plus years. People know them because they're a big school and have the storied programs and longevity, said Kevin Klein, public addresser, announcer, and voice of the Panthers. What people aren't realizing about Drury is not only do we have a team, but we have a dominant team. There is a photo of Drury captain KT Walters from Vernon, British Columbia. It's a close-up of his face as he is wearing his uniform and equipment.
Looks like a movie poster. That looks cool.
Mm-hmm. Former Missouri State head coach Jeremy Law, who helped build Drury's program from scratch, stuck to a formula that helped make his Bear team successful. He staunchly recruited his native hockey-centric Canada, particularly the Kootenay International Junior Hockey League in British Columbia. When players age out of the JHL at 21 years old, many begin seeking college opportunities in the United States to help pay for their education and extend their careers. It was always my goal to get a scholarship and play for a university in the States, ever since I was 12 years old, said Drury captain and forward KT Walters from Vernon, British Columbia. It's a hard opportunity to pass up. It's a different culture down here. College hockey is the biggest in the States, and you can get your school paid and experience something different. Not all ACHA Division I members can offer scholarships through their schools, as many rely on community support and player fees. Drury is different, and its combination of resources and its strong recruiting pipeline have played an integral role in its swift success. Law, whose full-time job as Drury's hockey coach, allows his children to attend the school for free. Among the primary reasons he left MSU for DU in 2022 has a roster of 26 players, 24 Canadian. You really had to sell Drury's academics and the scholarships the players could get at $40,000 a year school, and them getting a play less than half, Law said, of his recruiting pitches to players more than 2,500 miles away from their hometowns. But now we're a top 5 program, so it really sells itself. Law grew up in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, and played for his father, Ken Law, a longtime figure in the KIJHL. Walters played for the Elder Law before making the move to foreign Ozark territories in 2024. Being in another country, Walters explained in a thick Canadian accent, familiarity was important to him and many of his teammates. A lot of us have played with or against each other the last 5 to 10 years, said Walters, who shared an apartment complex with his Canadian teammates. That definitely brings a chemistry and camaraderie, a comfort feeling. You're basically looking at a Kootenay International Junior Hockey League all-star team, Klein said. That's not a lot of initiation or integration to the program because they're used to playing with or against each other. The biggest adjustment, they said, was living in a part of the U.S. that isn't a hockey hotbed. Law, who is in his 10th year of coaching college at hockey in Springfield, said he still has to remind residents that there's both competitive hockey and an indoor rink in town. Walters and fellow captain Lucas Sadowsnik, Luke Aston, and Francis Young Menard aren't used to hockey not being perceived as their area's primary sport. It's not as big down here. Back home, everyone knows about hockey very well. Down here, many people are new to hockey for the most part, said Walters, who has 11 goals and 16 assists. I know a lot of people that when they came to see us, it was the first hockey game they'd ever watched in their life. That was the biggest culture shock. There's another photo of Drury head coach Jeremy Law talking to a player as practice begins. They're standing in the middle of the ice, facing each other. Just 64 NCAA Division I schools sponsor hockey, with 6 at Division II and 88 at NCAA Division III. The talent level at ACHA Division I is often compared to the NCAA's lower rungs. Some ACHA teams have made the transition to NCAA Division I, including Arizona State, which made that move in 2015 following a successful ACHA run and $32 million donor investment. Penn State left the ACHA for the NCAA in 2010. In Missouri, ACHA Division I No. 6 Maryville University, St. Louis, announced its plans to make the move to NCAA Division I with a $5.5 million fundraising campaign for upgrades to its hockey facilities, drawing support from the NHL and nearby St. Louis Blues. Former ACHA Power Lindenwood, St. Charles, made the transition from ACHA to NCAA Division II in 2022, and is currently Missouri's only NCAA's men's hockey program. NCAA Division I is your cream of the crop college hockey. We have some players that can play at the level, no doubt, Law said. We're more on par with NCAA Division III, in my opinion. NCAA, they're a little bit bigger and a little bit faster, but I defy you to come out here and watch this ACHA team and tell me they're not fast, Klein said. It's the fastest game you'll ever see. I don't care what level of college hockey you're seeing. There's another photo of Drury Ford, Matthew Johnson, skating during a stick handling drill. There's a player that is out of focus behind him as he is center focus and skating during a stick handling drill. Last year, UNLV, which upset NCAA Division I Power Denver 7-6 a season ago, went on to win the 2025 ACHA Division I national title. Drury believes it has the means to win the 2026 national championship in its own state in March. The final site is in St. Louis at the Centon Community Ice Center and Maryville Hockey Center. Winning a national championship is not out of the question at all, Law said. Drury, 19-2, led by Anmol Garcha, team high 28 points, and Daniel Bierpre, team high 14 goals, plays host to Illinois State on Friday at 7 p.m. and Saturday at 6 p.m. at Brightspeed Ice Park. All right, Madison, ready for your next article? Do you need another one?
Yeah. A Super Bowl one?
It's okay, Madison.
All right. 417 magazine, from 417 magazine, this article says how to celebrate the Super Bowl in Springfield. By Kristen
Munich.
and Michelle Lewis. There's a picture courtesy from Shutterstock featuring a football, a bunch of chips, beer.
Football-themed snack board.
Right. Oh, look, even the beers, the beer bottles, they have refuge.
Referee.
Yeah, referee vet.
Cozies.
I almost said refuge. They have referee vests on, even have a little whistle necklace around them. Okay, that's really cool. The article goes on to say Super Bowl events, no upcoming events, local watch parties. First is at Big Cedar Lodge. 190 Top of the Rock Road, Ridgedale, Missouri. Big Cedar holds its big game watch party at the Grandview Conference Center with multiple big screen TVs and plenty of food and drinks to keep you fueled through the whole game. Coyote's Adobe Cafe at 1742 South Glenstone Avenue in Springfield, Missouri. You definitely won't want to miss the ultimate watch party filled with fun for the entire family at Coyote's. You can check in on their Facebook page for more updates and plan before you go. As I'm reading that one, there's a little link to their Facebook page that you can click on. Then there's the Ozarker Lodge, located at 995 Historic Highway, 165 Branson, Missouri. The Ozarker Lodge holds a watch party for this Sunday's Super Bowl starting at 5 p.m. in the lobby with drink deals and snack boards. And there's, once again, there's a little link that you can click on. It says check their social media and message for more details. The article then goes on to say game day catering options. Big Whiskey's American Restaurant and Bar. Check in on Big Whiskey's for wing platter specials and place your order online or call Big Whiskey's closest to you. There's a link for that part. You can go to Harbell's. Harbell's is currently taking to-go orders for Super Bowl Sunday. Order now so you can grab your wings and go on game day. And lastly, it's Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee is one of your stop shop for all things Super Bowl. Stock up on all the ingredients you need to make your favorite dishes or save yourself some time and have your meal catered instead. While you're at the store, grab some of Kansas City's Chiefs swag to wear during the game.
The article offers links to other articles written on the 417 magazine website to different types of dishes that you can create.
Such as desserts, dips ideas. I'm going to read a few. There's ribeye chili. There's Chef Anthony's chili. There's smoked brisket chili. Dip ideas. There's buffalo chicken dip. There's spinach artichoke dip. There's Guinness fondue, black bean hummus. There's hot Italian cheese spread and beet hummus. Small bites include Italian sliders, bacon wrapped dates, Cowboy Carl burger, Joan Whittaker's fried chicken. And for desserts, there's strawberry pretzel salad, Mrs.
Croots.
Rocky Road bars, Snickerdoodle Blondie bars, and whiskey dark chocolate truffles. Wow. That's it for that article.
From the Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Library District launched a study of future facility needs. The Springfield Greene County Library District has, written by Janice Reeser, apologies. The Springfield Greene County Library District has hired Paragon Architecture to assess the condition and needs of its 10 facilities. The assessment is part of the library system 2026 to 2030 strategic plans, which includes a goal of providing aesthetically pleasing and functional spaces, according to a community announcement. Paragon Architecture was selected for the project after a request for proposals in October 2025. Comprehensive study planned. The assessment will include an analysis of both owned and leased facilities to determine short and long-term maintenance needs over the next decade. It will also estimate the cost and type of maintenance or capital improvements needed at each facility. In addition to analyzing existing facilities, Paragon Architecture will prepare a footprint assessment and population trend analysis, according to the announcement. The study is expected to begin soon, with findings to be reported to the library's Board of Trustees in late spring. Our vision is to be a thriving library that is an integral part of the lives of the community, Executive Director Ed Walton said in the announcement. This study will help us determine the future of our existing infrastructure and identify opportunities for future growth. The Springfield Greene County Library District serves Greene County through its 10 branches. For more information, visit thelibrary.org or contact Vicki Hicks, Community Relations Director, at 417-616-0564 or Vicki H, spelled Vickieh, at thelibrary.org.
Did we read all the articles?
Not yet. I have some right here. Do you want to read this one?
Yeah. The origins of
Bon mi.
I can't eat there anymore. They banned me.
Very funny. Bon mi and me.
Little dad joke there, everyone. And I mean that in a real way, because 417 Magazine offers this article, The Origins of Ban Me and Me. Bon Me and Me. I keep wanting to say ban. This is by Tessa Cooper. The article starts off with a delicious sandwich and some coffee in clear view. And that's pretty much it. This photo is taken by Brandon Alms. I can't pronounce this.
Mui Vong Neil.
She gets to spend far more time with her adult daughter.
Can you move your cursor?
Right.
Lynn Vong Neil.
Than most mothers do these days. The two women opened Bon Me and Me, located at 3405 East Battlefield Road in Springfield, Missouri. You can, 65804 is the zip code? Zip code. And you can call them at 417-590-8500. Together this past October, where they doled out sandwiches and coffee inspired by their home country, our good friend Vietnam. But according to Lynn, they're simply making up for lost time. Lynn spent most of her childhood in Vietnam living with her grandma, aunts, and uncles, while her mother worked in a different city to provide income for the family. When Lynn turned 11, she and Miu immigrated to the United States, and while the two did get to live together for a few years in St. Louis, Lynn soon had to move to Springfield to attend college. She says, one of the reasons why I wanted to work with my mom now is because I didn't always live with her growing up. Starting this business has provided me the opportunity to work with her and also just to have her with me. There's two photos taken by Brandon Alms. Miu Vong Neil and Lynn Vong Neil are on the right, and pictured left is the entrance to Bon Me and Me. A picture of a cashier counter. It's got the menu, empty seats, sunshine seeking through the window. Just your average, typical restaurant lobby, so to speak. 3 things at Bon Me and Me you need to try. Let's see. Bon Me and Me serves 7 Bon Me, several noodle dishes, and several specialty coffees. Lynn and Miu source what they can locally and make everything in-house with the exception of the Ban Me bread, which is made from scratch in Joplin. If you want to get a well-rounded taste of the menu on your first visit, here's what we suggest. These are the 3 things that you can try. The OG. Lynn says it's the most authentic Vietnamese banh mi on the menu. It features 3 cuts of meat, which is Vietnamese ham, roasted pork, and pork roll. Preparing the ham in-house is a labor of love that requires special equipment and hours of steaming. Then there's chicken nudes. Nudes?
Nudes? Yeah.
Yeah. Noods. If you're looking for a lunch that's fresh and nourishing but also warming and filling at the same time, order this. This bowl is full of rice. No, not rice itself. Rice
Vermicelli.
noodles. Like, so noodles that look like rice.
It's made of rice vermicelli.
Silly.
Rice vermicelli is the main part of is what the noodle is made of.
Okay. Also has leafy greens, cucumber and pickled carrots, and
Daikon.
tastes a bit like a deconstructed spring roll. The ginger marinated. I know how to say marinated. Okay. The ginger marinated chicken is as flavorful as it sounds, but the citrus chili fish sauce takes it to another level. Then there's Ube Dream. Even though Bon Me and Me offers a solid specialty coffee menu, you won't see an espresso machine in there. They make each beverage the traditional Vietnamese way, using a fin, Phin. They use Robusta beans, which contain significantly more caffeine than other varieties. The article says our favorite drink is the Ube Dream, which is an iced beverage with a generous layer of foam on top. The foam gets its purple hue and subtle vanilla-like flavor from its purple yams.
Let's see that article.
Yeah.
And then I was just setting it up for you.
Yeah.
All right. From the Springfield Daily Citizen letter, Missouri voters should be concerned with gerrymandered map. This is written by a citizen who had submitted a letter. It starts with a photo of the Missouri State Capitol on January 29th, 2026. Photo by Jack McGee. This is an opinion piece written by Liz Wirtz and Sandy Michaels from Springfield. The League of Women Voters of Southwest Missouri strongly believes that voters in Southwest Missouri should be deeply concerned about the unjust redistricting map passed by the Missouri legislature during the special season in September 2025. This action is an attempt by the Republican Party in the Missouri legislature to create congressional districts favorable and Republican candidates. To put it plainly, Missouri politicians sliced up communities to pick their voters. The League of Women Voters believes voters should pick their politicians. We are adamantly opposed to any attempt to strip any voters of their collective power in Missouri. Passing the redistricting map during a September special session was not only unprecedented, it was a blatant attack on our democratic process. Our position on redistricting is clear. Redistricting at all levels of government must be accomplished in an open, unbiased manner with a citizen participation, access to all levels and steps in the process. The League of Women Voters opposes partisan gerrymandering by any party. We are deeply disappointed by the action of our elected officials who rushed a redistricting map through the legislature in less than 1 week without adequate public input or consideration of voter participation. We proudly support the submission of more than 305,000 signatures to the Missouri Secretary of State through the People Not Politicians campaign, which seeks to place this gerrymandering map on the ballot so voters can have the final say. The League of Women Voters of Southwest Missouri is dedicated to encouraging informed and active participation in the government. That commitment is exactly why we support the citizens' veto referendum process and believe our elected officials must respect it. The referendum is a powerful tool unique to Missouri that places voters at the center of our democracy. The Missouri Constitution is clear. Any measure referred to the people shall take effect when approved by the majority of the votes cast thereon, and not otherwise. We call on our Secretary of State, Denny Hoskins, and Attorney General Catherine Hanaway to uphold the Missouri Constitution and pass implements of the map until the signatures are validated and voters have their say. If we do not have integrity in our electoral process, we have nothing. Missourians' voices must and deserve to be heard. We urge you to add your name to the petition. There is a link in this article on the SDC website, calling on Hoskins and Hanaway to follow the Missouri Constitution and respect the will of the people, the bedrocks of our state democracy. Liz Wirtz and Sandy Michaels are co-presidents of the League of Women Voters of Southwest Missouri. All right. Can we read from this one, please?
All right. Once again from 417 Magazine. Inside the Story House Bookstore. And it's by Jordan Blomquist.
Yeah, good job.
This photo was taken by Brandon Alms. And it's a picture of three people. Its founders, Mike Brunner.
Yep.
Mike Brunner, Arthur Marks, and Penny Scroggs.
Yeah, Scroggs.
Okay. They're smiling at the camera, and they're behind books and paintings. One of the books being titled Cabin Style. And let's see, a picture of
Two landscape paintings.
Yeah, two landscape paintings, one of them being a beach.
Nice. Good job.
Something that you would see in a lobby. Last year, Mike Brunner received a call from his longtime friend Arthur Marks? Is the X silent?
Arthur Marks.
Okay. Though Brunner wasn't living in the Ozarks at the time, the two caught up easily, talking through retirement, family, and life over the years. Before they hung up, Marks extended an invitation that would shift the course of their conversation to see his grandmother's house, once home to the late artist Pinky Marks, as he prepared to clear it out. Brunner visited out of curiosity and walked into a time capsule, saying it was full of treasures, hundreds and hundreds of pieces of art, original oil paintings, original watercolors, photographs, three-dimensional objects of art. Brunner invited his interior designer sister, Penny Scroggs, over to have a look, and she was floored. The work was then moved to a secure location and cataloged. A few months later, the house that was home to Pagington Bookshop on Walnut Street was up for sale, and the pieces were simply falling into place for Brunner, Marks, and Scroggs. The three were itching for something new to do with the Ozarks and verbal and visual arts worlds, and to find a home for Pinky's art collection. Brunner and Marks bought the historic home, and Brunner, Marks, and Scroggs became business partners in what is now the Story House Bookstore, located at 1105 East Walnut Street in Springfield, Missouri. Their zip code is 65806, or you can contact them at 417-402-4513. Marks serves as a chief financial officer. Scroggs is the creative director, oversees events and staff, while Brunner, as chief executive officer and director of strategic development, works behind the scenes to preserve the building's character and guide the store's appeal to the public. Brunner is originally from the Ozarks, but moved away 45 years ago to become a verbal art professor. He lived all over the place: California, Seattle, Boston, Las Vegas, along with his late wife, Muriel. She died early last year, and to honor her, they are hosting the grand opening of the store on March 14th, which is her birthday. That's sweet. Mark's family owned Mark's clothing store in downtown Springfield for nearly a century, and after earning an engineering degree from the University of Missouri, he built an environmental waste company, all while staying deeply involved in Portland, Oregon's jazz scene. He even served as president of the Jazz Society of Oregon. For Scroggs, her children are older now, but she has the desire to build something new. Her love for storytelling came from her husband, who was a filmmaker and a scriptwriter who can, quote, can turn a grocery store run into an exciting 10-minute story. She also recalls hearing stories from her father as a kid and thinking his tales of growing up on a farm, the youngest of 15 children, were better than any she could read in a book. She says the arts are really the heartbeat of inspiration. Everybody's creative in some way. There's another picture of photo taken by Brandon Alms. Inside the new story book, the new Story House book, features two pictures. First picture on the left looks like a reading area for children, as it has a comfy couch, some plushed up toys, cleaned up rug, and some
Books on display.
Books on display, yeah. And I can't tell what any of the books say. I can see some.
It's okay, they're children's books. That's all you really need to mention.
One book that I can see, Tiny T-Rex. It features a little T-Rex hiding behind a heart. The second picture shows a shelf with what it looks to be like adult books, as there's no...
It's a shelf aesthetically designed with 4 journals and 2 mugs that are for sale.
One of the books reading, I read banned books, and the word banned is red, in red letters. The vision for the Story House, one of their first decisions was to interrogate pieces of Pinky Mark's artwork into the shop. When you step inside the cozy bookshop, you'll find her paintings all over the walls. Some are her original artwork, and some are other pieces she collected from local artists over the years. While they're honoring
Pagingtons?
indie spirit and welcoming atmosphere, the siblings have ambitious plans for expansion. Visitors of the bookshelf could not go upstairs. It was used as an Airbnb for some time, as well as office space in the past. They are renovating the store's upstairs space to make room for events like workshops, additional books and gifts, and
Curated?
events. They also have dreams of coffee service, outdoor seating, and utilizing the patio space for additional events. They're reaching beyond Springfield city limits. Bruner has met with various MSU and Drury departments and traveled to nearby towns to connect with arts communities throughout the Ozarks. His passion project is celebrating what he calls humble amateurs, which he says are people who create art but don't necessarily see themselves as professional artists. He says there are hundreds and hundreds of them here, and they need a place to be seen and heard and have their voices amplified. when she pictures the Story House bookstore from a year when she pictures the Story House bookstore a year from now, Scroggs sees the expansion with a wide range of monthly events, more seating, and more people. She sees them slowing down peacefully, reading a book outside and sipping coffee, or connecting with someone. Then it goes on to say, I picture with people and conversations. Brunner imagines a big, happy party. I think that this nest is going to get feathered a lot, he says. And we don't know what kind of feathers we're going to gather, but it'll be a warm, cozy, friendly, welcoming place.
Nice. All right. From the Springfield News-Leader, Missouri Senate considers bills to halt solar development on farmland. This is written by Rudy Keller of the Missouri Independent. The conversion of Missouri farmlands from food to solar solar power production creates feuds among neighbors, pits residents against developers, and raises questions about property rights. The tensions were on full display Tuesday, February 3rd in the Missouri Senate Commerce Committee, which held hearings on 2 bills aimed at halting solar power development, and a third that would impose new regulations and taxes on large-scale development. No votes were held on any of the bills. Laura Stinson told the committee her parents' Callaway County house, once a peaceful respite, is now plagued with construction noise, dust, and blinding glare from a new development surrounding their 16 acres. There is a photo. There is a photo of Missouri Senate President pro term Cindy Lowen sitting on the left, while State Senator Travis Filchford sits on the right. They're running full steam ahead, and they don't care who they run over, since Stinson said, pleading with members to pass the bill. But Dane Reed of Vernon County said his decision to lease land to a solar developer is the best use of his property. A moratorium, he said, strip landowners of our fundamental right to choose our most profitable crop. And right now, solar energy generates twice the revenue of any other crop we can produce. Thousands of acres across the state are being used to construct large-scale solar projects, some for commercial sale of power and others that will be dedicated to supply other new developments like data centers. State Senate President Pro Tem Cindy Lowen, a Shell Bennett Republican, and State Senator Cindy Crawford, a Republican from Buffalo, are sponsoring the moratorium bills. The bills would halt all work on commercial-scale solar power installations and direct the state Department of Natural Resources to issue rules on their construction, placement, and operation. The moratorium would expire December 31st, 2027, or when the regulations become effective, whichever is later. The goal of moratorium, Olan said, is to force developers to make their plans known so residents can judge for themselves whether the project will benefit the community. Currently, she said, the public becomes aware of projects only after contracts are signed with landowners, and the results seem predetermined. Communities become divided as the neighbors are pitted against one another, those who sign and those who don't, and those who bear the environmental, visual, and infrastructural impact versus those who are being paid and receiving compensation, Olan said. The bill establishing regulations, sponsored by State Travis Visitor, a Republican from Holt Summit, would not halt current construction. Instead, it creates a process for public notice and local approval at the county level that must take place before an application to proceed with a project is submitted to the Public Service Commission. Without approval from a county commission, the application could not move forward. Fitzworth's bill would also tax solar power equipment, currently exempt from property taxes as personal property. The land would also be taxed as commercial real estate instead of the cheaper designation as farmland. The bill would cap the amount of land used for solar power production to 2% of the cropland in a county and block the PSC from granting solar power developers from right to condemn property for energy generation. I'm passionate about my constituents that come to my office that are constituents that come to my office that are crying over the fact their American dream is being stunted, and I want to provide a solution, Fitzwater said. There are 36 states that currently regulate new commercial solar power projects, said Kurt Schaefer, director of the Department of Natural Resources, because the Public Service Commissions only regulate investor-owned utilities. He said his agency could be the regulatory agency because its authority can also be extended to electric cooperatives and municipal utilities. The rules should govern both the setup and operation of solar facilities and what happens when their useful life is over, Schaefer said. In the state of Missouri, we require financial assurance for a whole lot of things, land reclamation, for mining activities, wastewater systems, Schaefer said. You really can't even put in a small wastewater system for a trailer park without posting a bond. One of the most controversial projects is in Henry County, where there is a 5,000-acre solar farm under construction. The project was developed over several years, but only revealed publicly at the end of 2024. In December 2024, after two incumbent commissioners were defeated for re-election, the Henry County Commission approved an incentive package for the solar project that included a $650 million in public sponsorship financing. There is a photo of Mark Walter, a consultant for solar power developers, testifying Tuesday in a Missouri Senate hearing against legislation that would impose a moratorium on solar development through 2027. He is sitting in front of a microphone reading from a tablet. With the filings of the moratorium bills, construction has picked up pace, and said former Henry County prosecuting attorney Richard Shields. The moratorium bills would give the state the opportunity to tap the brakes on these projects and get some rules in place, Shields said. A moratorium would end solar development in Missouri for years, said David Bunch of Azimuth Renewables, a solar energy development company in St. Louis. That's not stability, that's not good governance, and it's not fair to the communities of Missouri that have engaged with developers like Azimuth, he said. And Mark Walter, a consultant for solar developers, said the moratorium bill is so broad it would prevent individuals from installing new solar panels on their house. The need for regulation is real, he said, but must be targeted against bad practices. There are plenty of bad developers out there, Walter said. I joked for a long time that I had a job in policy because of these folks, and I had to clean up their messes when they would make bad projects that upset local people and end up with state legislation like this. All right.
417. Why did I talk with a southern accent? Southern accent.
It's okay.
Hey y'all, it's 417 magazine.
All right,
417 magazine. Krista
Schmitz, Tigmans.
Living Art. And this is by Alyssa Rooney. Alyssa Ronnie, okay. I don't know who that is.
There is a photo of Krista Schmitz-Tigman.
Okay, and this photo was taken by Katie Sinclair. One wall in, oh look, they typo.
It's okay.
Krista Schmitz Tigman's house gives a different meaning to the words living room. Yeah, in fact, the wall consists of around 20 organic life forms, all pieces of a larger organism. The space in question is known as a propagation wall, a decorative plant display consisting of wall mounts with tubes or vases used for the purpose of plant
propagation.
Okay. Atop the wall's wooden
terraces
lies the offspring from around 7 plant species in Schmitz Tigman's home. Yeah. Then there's the flamingo lily, whose bright red heart serves as the propagation wall's centerpiece. The wandering dudes add a bespeckled purple texture with their
asymmetric
drapings. Then there's the mother-in-law's tongue sticking upright on the wall's left side, creating a border to the living art piece. Schmitz-Tigman knows a little something about art. Alongside her twin sister, she owns Crisera Designs, a local company that has illustrated children's books, dishware designs, and t-shirts. When she realized she had a surplus of plant cuttings around the house in mid-2025, it was only natural to organize it in
Aesthetically?
Yeah, I know. It's just saying it in an aesthetically pleasing way.
There you go.
It is tongue twister. She says, I've always had a cutting sitting around in water. I had this perfect blank wall, and I thought I would put them together to make a propagation wall, so they weren't just laying around different places. Plant cuttings consist of fragments of the larger plant. To achieve a proper plant cutting, the general rule of thumb is to cut the leaf under a node.
Where are we looking?
N-O-D-E.
Node.
Yeah, N-O-D-E. Before placing it into water. This process also allows the cutting to form roots before it can be placed in soil. When she decided to construct a propagation wall in her home, Schmitz-Tigman recruited her husband and sister for help. Her husband, she said, for constructing one of the shelves, and her sister for a second artist's
compositional
opinion. There's a photo once again taken by Katie Sinclair as it's showing plants.
The propagation wall in question.
Oh, that's really pretty. One of the plants, it features an orange vase, and there's huge leaves sticking out. Next to it, there's like a yellow bud. On the side, you can see these purple leaves. They look like glass.
There is a total of 32 propagations on the wall.
Wow.
On 6 different shelves.
On those shelves, wow. She started the process by making an elevation drawing for measuring, purposely leaving more room at the bottom. Smart. Far right shelf for taller plants, too. Her decision to plant the cuttings in vases instead of tubes attached to the wall served a practical function to display art or photos. A practical function to display art or photos when empty spaces arise. This happens when the cutting produces enough roots to be planted in soil, generally when they are 1 to 2 inches and have started to branch out. Schmitz-Tigman's house is a micro jungle with lush greenery from over 65 plants in the main area. This brings a certain growth and light into her space. Seeing the plant's evolutions in action is one of Schmitz-Tigman's favorite parts of having a propagation wall. She says, I like the maturity process of them starting as cuttings and then looking around my general area and there being the different stages of plant growth. So basically what she's saying, she likes when the plants grow.
Yeah.
While making the wall was a collaborative effort, Schmitz-Tigman does much of the upkeep herself, which she said it's very simple, consisting of checking the plants' water levels, and cleaning the vases when necessary. For those who are wishing to start their own propagation wall, the process is simple. In fact, most of Schmitz-Tigman's cuttings come from perennials that can be purchased year-round from plant stores, including Chinese money plants and philodendrons. Schmitz-Tigman says that in her experience, propagations do not need a lot of light, including in the winter, so as long as they are maintained and cut properly. For any plant parents stuck indoors this winter, try giving your space a new life by allowing your propagations to be displayed as living art, with nothing more than your wall as a canvas.
All right. Thank you, Madison. From the Springfield Business Journal, Bank of Missouri parent finalizes acquisition. The article starts with a photo of a Bank of Missouri, one of the three Springfield branches. It is not clarified which. Written by the SBJ staff, the Bank of Missouri's parent company has completed an acquisition that strengthens its footprint in the St. Louis area. Perryville-based Reliable Community Bank Shares Incorporated closed January 2nd on the purchase of Clayton-based M1 Bank Shares Incorporated, the parent company of M1 Bank. The financial terms of the cash and stock deals were not disclosed in a news release. The acquisition was announced in August. M1 Bank has built a strong reputation for purpose-driven community banking, particularly in the areas of business lending, community development, and relationship-based service, said Adrian Breen, president of Reliable Community Bank Shares and president and CEO of the Bank of Missouri in this release. Together, we will continue to invest in the people, neighborhoods, and businesses of the St. Louis region. With M1's bank more than $1 billion in assets and the Bank of Missouri at over $3 billion, the combined organization now has $4.2 billion in assets. Officials previously said the combined organization would have 30 branches, with 2 from M1. The Bank of Missouri, which has 3 branches in Springfield, reported local 2024 revenue and employees of 42.7 million and 118, respectively, for Springfield Business Journal's Economic Impact Awards event in summer 2025. Company-wide revenue in 2024 was $190.6 million, with 570 employees, according to past reporting. All right, and for our last article of the day.
Today in history, another featured event happened in 1803. Explorer George Bass set sail from Tahiti in his final voyage. On this day in 1803, George Bass, a British explorer with landmarks such as the Bass Strait to his name, set sail for Tahiti from Sydney, Australia. However, he and the other men aboard the Venus would never be seen again. Bass, who had been trained as a Royal Navy surgeon and had a keen interest in nature and botany, was taking a route that was typically the domain of Spanish merchants. In 1806, Bass was officially declared lost at sea.
Wow.
Oh.
All right. Thank you for listening to the Blind Community Thrift Store radio reading service. Tune in every week, Monday through Friday, on the Blind Community Thrift Store's YouTube channel at 10 a.m. for more up-to-date news from Springfield News-Leader, Springfield Daily Citizen, Springfield Business Journal, and 417 Magazine. Listen after we are live on the Audio Reader Network at www.readerku.edu. All broadcasts are played over KSMU's subcarrier airwaves at 67 kilohertz at 91.1 from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Contact Audio Reader Network for information on receiving a pre-programmed radio. I'm Savannah.
And I'm Madison.
And
we'll see you again.
next week.
We'll see you next week.